Hey, you. Yes, you. I want you to know that God is always on time. It's something that we often forget and overlook, the great saying, God is always on time. It makes us feel comfortable for a second, but in the end of the day, we're still anxious about our dreams and about our goals. We still want things to happen in our timing. And I think it's important to notice that when people say that God is always on time, that doesn't mean he fits into our schedule. When people say God is always on time, they truly mean God always moves when he says the timing is right and when the timing is truly best for you. You see, we have this grand idea of when things should happen for our lives. Married by 30, secure job by 25, house by 40, family by 35. We set these numbers and these parameters with no respect or consideration for what God says the right timing is. Understandably so. We have no idea what God's timing is, and I think that's intentional. I think that we shouldn't know what God's timing is so that we can learn to trust him that much more. We want to have things our way. We want to do things our way. We want to have control over every situation. But when we can let go of that and truly put it in God's hands, that's where we find our security and our safety. Man, God is always on time. I want to share a story with you. When I was in high school, I was an average student, had average grades. I didn't do too much, and I was fine with mediocrity. Not to say that being average is wrong, but I was so comfortable in it. And there was a part of me that wanted to do so many things in my life that was just sleeping and dormant. I couldn't wake him up. I was comfortable with how I was living. I was truly comfortable. And when I was playing basketball that year, I didn't really get many minutes. I didn't play very much. Not even joking. But without a doubt, I was always the hardest worker on that team. And during one practice, I took a fall. A teammate fell on me, and I tore my ACL. The funny thing is, I had no idea that I tore my ACL, and so I kept playing for a month and having these fallouts, like multiple times during practice, where I would just fall and my knee would get swollen and bloody. And eventually, I had to get the ACL surgery and do the rehab, which took me upwards of 15 months of my life, over a year of my life. And it was in this situation, in this kind of uncertainty of my life, where I just got down on my knees and I cried to God, and I said, God, why are you letting this happen to me? God, why are you letting this happen to me? Like I've always been a Christian. I've always followed you. I've always loved you. Why am I going through this pain? And come to find out, God had a plan the whole time. You see, during that 15 months of rehab, I met some amazing people who helped me get back to where I am now. And my knee isn't perfect, but it's healed. But most of all, getting out of school at 3, running to therapy at 4, from 4 to 5:30 or 4 to 6, doing therapy almost every single day, doing this gruesome therapy that truly was painful and mentally taxing. It taught me a little bit of something about life. It taught me a little something about life that cannot be taught through a book. That experience and the fear of never being able to walk again or play sports again, which I've always been an athlete. I love sports. That fear of never being able to play sports again froze me. It paralyzed me, but it also motivated me. It made me never want to feel that way again about my life. I never want to be complacent with my life. I never want to take things for granted that can easily be taken away by God. And so I decided the day that I got out of my last therapy session and could play sports again, that I will go hard in every single thing I do. My name is a brand. My name is attached to everything that I do. And so everything that I do is done at 100% efficiency. It's done at my very best, because I will no longer be the person that is complacent with doing just enough. I will never, ever be that person again who is okay with barely getting by or doing the bare minimum. I hate a bare minimum mentality. Everybody else can do what they want. I will never be a bare minimum person again in my life. And it's because of what I've been through. It's because of my life experience that I feel this way. And so this emotion has gotten me to so many new heights and elevations in my life just by doing a little bit extra. Like I said, I was an average student, but from my junior year to my senior year, I worked my way up to number 5 in my graduating high school class. I then won over $32,000 in scholarships and gave multiple scholarship recipient speeches. And that public speech carries over to this YouTube channel. And I won the scholarships not inherently because of my grades or my GPA or my extracurriculars, although I did have a lot of extracurriculars that I applied to. It was truly because of my essays and the story I could tell from my lived experiences. And so now I look back, and even then, I understood that God had a plan, that God didn't let that happen for no reason, that God was moving with intent and with purpose. God never lets things happen just to happen. Everything happens for a reason. And so with my situation, I have no idea what your situation is. I have no idea what your lived experiences are. I have no idea what brought you to this video, but you must have gone through something in your life. And so I want you to look back and consider that, you know what, maybe God did that for a reason. Maybe God had a plan going there. And maybe you don't even know why God did it yet. And that might just mean that He's still working, that He's still weaving together a story for your life, and that it'll all come together one day. But until then, I need you to trust God, and I need you to trust that His timing is always right. Yo, it's really funny because when I think about this phrase, God's timing is always right, I almost always go to relationships, having a girlfriend, and being with somebody. And I think that love that I'm looking for is something that I, number one, need to find not only in myself, but in God. God has always looked out for me. And He's right in my life, man, page by page, chapter by chapter. And He's blessed me so much, so I know He loves me. God has blessed me so much, and I feel like being ready for a relationship means already establishing that God is number one in your life. Already establishing that God is always going to take precedence over your girlfriend or your boyfriend. And trusting that God's timing is right. I know that one day I'll be in that ideal and God-fearing relationship. But until then, I'm going to keep chasing after not only my goals and dreams, but prioritizing Him, prioritizing God, keeping Him at the center of my life. Because a relationship that's rooted in Christ is one with a strong foundation. And those are the best relationships. Those are the ones that last the longest. Those are the ones that are the happiest. They have arguments, they have tough times, but they last. So out of everything I just said, out of all the things I just yapped about in this beautiful Kansas weather, and it's low-key kind of chilly, I want you to remember that God has your back and that His timing is always right. You can trust Him, even if you can't see Him. Trust that and believe in Him, because He will come through. He comes through every time. All right, guys, I'm gonna head in, edit this video for you. I hope it helped you. I hope it spoke to you. It's been great to share my morning with you. Now let's continue to grow, change, and evolve. Comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. I love the communication with you guys. I love it. So yeah, just keep talking with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Like I said, let's continue to grow, change, and evolve, not just today, but every day. I'll catch you later.